What's up, fight fans? Here we are continuing from UFC X, the Fan Expo International Fight Week, and UFC 276 coming up a little bit later tonight. But right now we're on Media Row and we're pumped. Powered by MMAWeekly.com, the MMA prediction site that simulates gambling outcomes without placing or taking actual bets. They're giving you $1,000 for free this week. Go to MMAWeekly.com and check it out. But right now, I'm just happy to be joined by my man right here. I've known this guy a long time. He never changes. He always looks this good. I always have to stand next to him on camera while he looks this good. It's the All-American. He got the name for a reason. He's got the USADA jacket here, and he's back at International Fight Week. What's up, Chris Weidman? How are you, man?
I'm doing well, man. Yeah, I was just over here. They awarded us, me and I think 7 other people, with 50 times being tested by USADA and being clean, so pretty cool. I get this nice, comfortable Leatherman jacket, and it's cool.
I guess you've been around long enough, you're going to get those tests, right? And you've been here a while now. I remember the last time they actually had a media row here where we got to sit these tables and they brought all the fighters by was the week that you knocked out Anderson Silva at UFC 166. And I was sitting about from here, about 20 feet that way from the cage that night, and I just kept thinking, you know, Chris is going to catch him. He's going to catch him, and that was that week, so it's just taking me back. But what people forget is it wasn't just a lucky shot. You dominated him on the ground in that first round too.
Yeah, I mean, you know, in both fights with Anderson, it was obviously tough getting in the cage with him. He was one of those guys who mentally broke people, you know, before they even got in there, and so I was not going to let that happen. I came in super confident, and we worked on, you know, him putting his hands down and sparring and learning how to deal with that, maintaining confidence and not getting too emotional. But yeah, it worked out good for me, that fight.
You know, and I'm getting to something here with all these underdogs in a minute with you, but what was that like for you? Not only did you beat the legend who people thought would never lose, not only did you realize every dream you had when you got into this sport, share it with your dad and your family there that week, but you did it on the biggest week in the sport. Yeah. You know, this is our Super Bowl, International Fight Week, and you did it on that night, man. Just kind of take us back and what goes through your mind when you think about that week and that night.
Yeah, so UFC 162 was the fight. I was 162. I was the main event, and it was actually my first time ever being on a pay-per-view at all. And then I'm fighting the greatest of all time, you know, in a championship bout. So it was pretty overwhelming, and it took a lot of positive self-talk to get myself through that entire training camp and not let the moment, you know, become too big. And so it was just a big mental test, is really what it all was. And to be able to win the belt, stay undefeated, knock out one of the greatest of all time, the way I did it, it was overwhelming. It was amazing. It was just I couldn't have wrote it any better.
No, and what a week that was. And then you did it again in the rematch. You checked the leg kick, and unfortunately he got hurt. But to beat Anderson Silva twice, twice, man. Once is hard enough, but you did it 2 times.
Yeah, man. I just knew it was a good matchup for me. You know, a guy who's a striker, not as strong as me. You know, I just feel like I'm athletic enough on the feet to kind of stay away from some of the dangerous stuff and then be able to get it to the floor, and I have the submissions too. So I think I just brought a lot to the table in those fights for him, and ended up getting the W. Obviously, the leg break thing, you know, that just is terrible. That was, you know, a terrible thing to happen. I know what it's like, obviously, now. Yeah. It's a freaking nightmare situation. But yeah, those fights even that second fight prior to that I thought it was a great fight.
Yeah, it was, and I don't want to stay in the past too far, but I've told you this before when we've done interviews. I think what you've done since is even more inspiring, and more fans are going to connect with you to see this journey that you've traveled with some tough losses and coming back and, you know, getting a win again and then going up a weight class and then having so many injuries, which really have been a big story in your career, man. But to see you just keep getting up and keep bouncing back, I mean, you're literally like the UFC Rocky, man.
Yeah, I got my ass kicked. I'm on my 29th surgery. I got a lot going on in this recovery, and I'm not able to say too much, like all the fans and everybody who follows me on like social media. I can't post my training, I can't post my recoveries, I can't show really the ups and downs because I have a contract with ESPN. They're doing a big E60 on me, and they're gonna, you know, write this story for me, you know, and kind of write it as one of the, you know, the worst injuries of all time, and you know, coming back from that and back into UFC. So I'm excited to be able to share that story soon, as soon as I'm ready to fight.
Well, I always say that everything happens for a reason, even the things we don't even know why. We have no clue. We don't know what we don't know, but maybe it's being set up, you know, the E60 thing, and then you talk about maybe doing some more TV work. You got the looks for it. You got everything going for you there. So who knows? Maybe that leads you down a path that you might not have been down had you been fighting the way you wanted to fight all the way through and stayed healthy.
Yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see what ends up happening. I know, I have different options. I'm blessed to have that, and we'll see where it takes me. I'm very confident that I'm going to get back into this game and shock the world again. And I'm going to take one fight at a time and just keep working hard every single day. And I'm ready to inspire a lot of people with my story.
And I'm wondering, how is New York guys even adapting to South Carolina? I can't even imagine, because I'm from Connecticut, you're from Long, we're across the sound from one another, and I had moved out west. It took me years to get used to living in Arizona. So, but South Carolina is a whole other ballgame.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm fine. I love it. It's just chill. I got my family out there. Obviously, I miss some friends. I miss some of the ball busting. There's less ball busting, I feel like, in South Carolina. Yep. And I can't control myself. My wife doesn't let me ball bust her. She hates that, so that's the only thing I really miss. Other than that, it's such a better life out down south. It's more simple. People are more relaxed. People are happier. Less people are on edge. And it's just, way cheaper, obviously. And
there's no LIE.
There's no LIE, bro. There's really no traffic. Like, they think there's some traffic by Charlotte, and I'm like, bro, this is easy. So it's just really, my life became simpler, moving down south.
It's nice. You're in such a good place, man, but I know you're healing up. I know they're doing, and you're intent. You want to get back in there, and I know you're not going to finish your career without doing that. So I know you can't say much, but maybe just tell us what you want to do when you do come back.
I want to come back, and I want to just dominate somebody, and I want to get to the point where I'm fighting for that belt again. I look at Adesanya. It's a guy who reminds me of Anderson Silva, and he's got that, super athletic stand-up, and he struggles with wrestlers, and I know what I can bring to the table. It's a bad matchup for him. I got a while before I got there. I got to take care of myself first, but that is the ultimate goal. And I think some people, get upset even me talking like that, but that's my mindset.
If people get upset by that, they have problems, not you. It's their problem, right?
That is their problem. But the criticism you get, being a UFC fighter, putting it all on the line in front of millions of people, the chances of being embarrassed, taking losses, being written off. It's not like you get to go right back into a fight and prove yourself. You just suck, once you have a loss for a long time until you're able to get back out there again. As opposed to like a basketball game, LeBron James has a bad night, he sucks, but the next day he gets to be the man again. It's a little different in fighting, so you got to just stay confident, and you can't let the criticism get to you, but it's out there like crazy.
Mental toughness of a wrestler and a Long Islander, right? Chris Weidman here at UFC X, the Fan Expo. Last one for you, man. I always do this, and you know this, but you wouldn't be where you are or made it through this the way you have without the love of your fans. Your family's one thing, your friends, but your fans are there for you too. So what do you want to say to them before we wrap it up?
Yeah, I really want to thank all my fans that supported me through these times. I've really felt the love, the support, the prayers. It really is truly, it was amazing to see how much love I got and how much uplifting, messages I got. I hear you guys, and it keeps me going. It motivates me, so thank you.
That's the All-American Chris Weidman. I can't stand next to him any longer. My self-esteem is just going way down the toilet as we continue this, man. Well, we're East Coast guys. Nice shirt, by the way. But Chris Weidman's having fun and killing it here at UFC X, the Fan Expo, and International Fight Week, UFC 276. Hope you're enjoying the interviews. We got more coming your way, powered by MMA Bet Club. Let's see who the real expert is at MMABetClub.com. More from Vegas right here on MMA Weekly as we roll through toward UFC 276.
Ah.